For 17 hours, everyone thought I was dead. I woke up buried. Not completely. My head was above the snow, one arm too. The rest of me was trapped under what felt like a mountain. For a few seconds, I didn't understand where I was. Then the memories slammed back into me. The crack, the avalanche, the sound of the world collapsing. I tried to move my legs. Nothing. Panic hit me so hard I nearly screamed, but I forced myself to stop. Screaming wastes air, wastes energy. People die from panic long before they die from cold. My name is Ethan, and at that moment, I was 19 years old, alone on a mountain, and convinced I was about to die. 3 hours earlier, I'd been celebrating. I had just finished my first season on a ski rescue team. I wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the fastest. Most of the older rescuers treated me like a kid who got lucky. But I was proving myself. Or at least I thought I was. Then I made a mistake. A small one. The kind of mistake people make every day. I decided to take a shortcut off the marked route. One bad decision. That's all it took. The wind was howling now. I looked around. White. Endless white. No tracks. No people. No radio. My backpack was gone. The avalanche had ripped it away. I checked my watch. 4:17 p.m. The sun would be gone in less than 2 hours. If nobody found me before nightfall, my chances dropped fast. Really fast. I started digging. Not because I thought it would work, because doing something felt better than waiting to die. I clawed at the snow with my free hand. Every movement sent pain through my shoulders. Ice packed beneath my jacket. My fingers went numb. 10 minutes. 20. 30. I had freed one leg. Then I heard something. A helicopter. I started yelling. Hey! The sound vanished. The helicopter never came back. I watched it disappear into the clouds. And that's when I broke. Not physically. Mentally. I remember staring at the sky thinking, this is it. Nobody's coming. I don't know how long I sat there. Maybe 10 minutes. Maybe an hour. Then I thought about my little sister. Before I left that morning, she'd handed me a drawing she'd made. A terrible drawing. Stick figures. Giant sun. Crooked mountains. At the bottom she'd written, "Come home safe." I laughed at it when she gave it to me. Now it was the only thing I could think about. Come home safe. Not survive. Not be a hero. Just come home. Something changed in me. I stopped thinking about dying. I started thinking about getting out. The next few hours were brutal. I dug, rested, dug again. Every inch felt impossible. The temperature kept falling. I lost feeling in both feet. I started hallucinating. At one point, I was convinced I could hear music. There was no music, just wind. But I kept moving. One scoop, one breath. One more scoop, one more breath. Over and over. Just after midnight, I finally pulled myself free. I collapsed face first into the snow. I should have been relieved. Instead, I realized something worse. I had no idea where I was. The storm had erased every landmark. I couldn't even tell which direction was downhill. Most people would think the story ends there. The brave survivor escapes. Not even close. That was only the halfway point. I walked all night. Or what I thought was walking. More like stumbling, falling, crawling, standing up again. I lost my gloves. I lost one boot. I lost track of time. Several times I thought about lying down. Just for a minute. Everyone knows what happens next. You close your eyes. You get comfortable. You never wake up. So every time I fell, I imagined my sister's drawing. Come home safe. Get up. Come home safe. Get up. Come home safe. When dawn arrived, I saw something dark in the distance. Trees. The most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. Where there are trees, there are roads. Where there are roads, there are people. Where there are people, there is hope. I started moving toward them. Every step felt like knives. But the trees got bigger, closer, real. At 9:42 a.m., nearly 17 hours after the avalanche, I walked onto a highway. A truck stopped. The driver jumped out and stared at me. I must have looked insane. One boot, frozen clothes, blood on my face, barely able to stand. He asked me what happened. I tried to answer. Instead, I burst into tears. The ugly kind, the kind you can't stop. Because for the first time since the avalanche, I knew I was going to live. Years later, people still ask me how I survived. They expect some secret, some special survival skill. But the truth is disappointing. I survived because I kept choosing the next step. Not the mountain, not the storm, not the 17 hours, just the next step. And when that step was done, I chose another. Then another. Then another. Until somehow, impossibly, I was home. That's the thing about survival. Most of the time, it doesn't low.